Hello everyone, and welcome to the Ohio Nicole Creates channel. This week I'm doing a little bit something different. I am doing an unboxing from a company that I found called Upwrinkled. And this is a really neat company that makes packages of vintage and even some antique materials for art journaling and junk journaling and collage and, well, really anything anything that you would want them for. And I was really impressed by this company, and it's run by a mother and daughter team. So I thought it would be fun to do a video showing what is in their kits. I'm not paid for this video in any way, so this is just something I wanted to share. But I wanted to go through the kit and just kind of show what is included. I purchased the 2-month package, and this first kit is the Botanicals Kit. And you'll see that there are a lot of really fun pieces of Ephemera included, including wine labels, playing cards. This is actually the picture of the woman who is included in the kit. Pages of her book are included. Lots and lots of antique and vintage materials, such as the onion packets and some canceled stamps, and other fun things to use. What I really liked about this company when I was researching is that I also found out that the mother does a lot of hand sewing, or I guess I should say machine sewing, but she handcrafts many of the items, such as these little pouches. And oh my gosh, this postcard is actually from 1919, and it's got the coolest message saying, "Be sure not to take as long to write back as I did." It's paraphrasing here. But it's just a really beautiful postcard, and I love the handwriting as well. So the packs themselves just include a lot of great materials, a lot of wonderful inspiration. I really enjoyed looking at these vellum botanical pieces and kind of just imagining how I would use them in a piece as well. The gold really stood out to me, especially, but these are just really nice pieces that I look forward to figuring out just how I can use them in a project. It's really tough. Those of you that junk journal and do a lot of the art journaling and the collaging know that it's tough sometimes to find things, because unless you have a large collection of old books that you're willing to kind of take apart and dissect, it can be difficult to get a variety of different materials. So that's what really interested me about this company, and also the fact that they include so many different kinds of materials. So there are some stamps here, lots and lots of different little flowers and plants that can be used. And the envelope itself is also handmade by Upwrinkled, so it's definitely something I will want to include within a project itself. Every bit of these kits can be used, and it was a lot of fun to just go through and flip through and start to generate on ideas on where and how I might use these items. This book was actually called The Captive, and there are some quite interesting paragraphs. I like that it said freckles on the top. It's talking about, it's obviously an adventure story of some kind. Lots and lots of scientific and other materials on plants themselves and how plants grow. And for those of us who journal in a lot of different styles, this is really nice because the pieces come from all different time periods as well. There are a lot of companies that do pre-made packets of materials and antique looking papers and such, and those are all really great, but I love having actual vintage materials to use. Isn't this amazing? Thinking about doing a resist painting with this. It is on the lion ant habitat. So just a lot of really, really interesting stuff to include. Some directions for watercolor here. This is an interesting piece of tissue paper with plants on it, and then some line drawings, which had my mind turning. I think this would be a lot of fun to trace off and do a quick loose watercolor of. The Upwrinkled website and YouTube channel also has a series of tutorials for each of the boxes. So if you purchase a kit, or even if you have your own materials, obviously there are a lot of great ideas and different techniques that can be applied using the materials in the kit. And I really appreciate that, because sometimes, sometimes you want to create and you sit down and you're not really sure where to start. So I definitely plan on trying out some of the ideas that are listed on the website. There are a couple great ones with journaling pages, and then one really interesting one using a flashcard that I would like to try out. I believe that the kits themselves are somewhere around $23 a month. I'm not 100% sure, but it is a really low price point, I believe, for as much material as that is received. The second kit here is the Stitches in Time kit, and this is actually the kit that really interested me about the company and the subscription, and I know it'll interest a lot of others too, because it's a really neat intersection between sewing and art and collage and art journaling, which I think many of us share that interest. So this is the sewing themed kit, and it has a lot of really great items that I was excited to see. So just like the Botanicals Kit, it's going to be a variety of different items with a hand sewn envelope, and these are some French pattern pieces, I believe. I really love that there are so many different languages included. I believe I've seen Chinese, Spanish, French, and German so far in the different boxes that I've taken a look at. There are also some doilies. I really love the look of doilies in an art journal, but I haven't done anything with them myself, so I was excited to see these, and I think they will go really well with some of the other items in the kit too. Some additional playing cards, so these will be fun to alter and to use as I move forward with this project. This looks like it's a meter reading from the 50s. So I thought that was really interesting, and I love the canceled stamps on here as well. I really love classic 50s illustrations and was excited to see this congratulations card. It has such a neat feel. The texture of the card is just amazing. This kit also included washi tape and some various postcards that can be used. Each one of the postcards was actually mailed at some point. So I thought that was really kind of cool to get these little snippets or pieces of history. When creating art journals, texture is really important. So I was excited again to see this small little paper journal, and it was actually one of the things that sold me on this company. From what I understand from the website, these journals belonged to their grandmother, and she sewed a bunch of bow tie blocks, and they use them in their kits to create these journals. And as someone who does a lot of quilting and sometimes wonders where my what we call UFO projects or unfinished object projects will end up, it was just such a really neat and innovative way to use these blocks and to give them new life. And I just really loved that and wanted to be a part of that. This kit also included some great stickers with antique sewing machines and pin cushions and scissors and tape, and then also some sentiments, which are days or months, the months of the year in numbers. And so I think these will look really awesome on the different areas of the kit and different areas of the page. I am planning to do the flashcard tutorial that Upwrinkled has on their website, so I already have a lot of great ideas for how I might use some of that material to tuck into one of the pages of my art journal. This made me laugh, how to get gum out of your hair without scissors, because I actually just spent a few hours the other day getting not gum but slime out of my daughter's hair. She's obsessed with slime recently, so that just made me chuckle. The more things change, the more they remain the same. Just lots and lots of neat pages from manuals and fiction books, and the text on them, of course, is always so interesting. I will be looking forward to incorporating that. I really love all of the old advertisements in these back issues as well. This kit reminded me quite a bit of my grandmother, who was very crafty and who tried all kinds of different craft things. She did a lot of sewing, and she did a lot of handwork, and she loved magazines and looking through ideas. So I felt very close to her and very inspired by some things that I had seen her work on that I hadn't thought of for quite a while until I looked at these materials. So that was quite fun. This book actually included a variety of recipes for a Vitamix. I don't have a Vitamix, but I am excited to look through those in more detail and see if there's anything we might try. I always think it's fun to try old recipes that I find in books and magazines, because taste and cuisine have changed so much in the last 40 or so years. This kit also included some paper dolls, which was a really neat little touch. These can be fussy cut and put into a piece as well. And I really enjoyed the clothing, and then the paper dolls themselves I think will be really interesting to incorporate in some way. Like many of us, I just love these old-fashioned toys and patterns, and it will be a journey to see how I use all of these things. I've recently started to do jelly plate or gel plate resist printing, which requires high contrast images. So I believe I will try to do that with at least a couple of the images from this particular kit. There are a lot of great magazine pieces that don't necessarily fit my aesthetic, but I believe once I've printed them on the jelly and done a little bit of manipulation to them, they will be really neat. For example, this frog pattern would be really amazing to try and see how a lift of this print would look. So there's always ways to manipulate and cut and alter images to make them work for your own style. And this was just a really great little inspirational kit. Finally, the Precious Moments transfer. This reminded me a lot of my cousin, who was really into Precious Moments when we were younger, so that was fun to see. Finally, on the website, there are some standalone materials that can be ordered, and I did decide to purchase a few of these that I thought that would be interesting. This is a geometry and trigonometry correspondence course from 1929, and it has so many interesting facts and diagrams. I really look forward to including it in one of my journals. And then this was a maps packet, and oh my gosh, it has so many cool ticket stubs and receipts and just transit related ephemera that I'm really looking forward to. The vellum printed maps are just beautiful, and I think will make a great addition to kind of an antiqued travel themed page. So I was really excited to see all of these materials and just kind of start thinking through how I would use them in my journal. Again, a lot of international materials, which is really neat to see local materials and international materials to be included, and playing cards, and even some cigarette advertisements, which are interesting as well. And then I ordered a set of napkins, and I had originally planned to cut the handmade napkins up and use them in a project, but they are in such good, beautiful condition that I'm not quite sure I'm going to do that anymore. They are very, very pretty hand-stitched napkins, so I will probably be changing my plans for that, because I just hate to cut something so beautiful up. My mother-in-law does a lot of handwork, and she uses hankies and napkins as dress bottoms for different women that she embroiders. So I might see if she'd like to use them for that, so that they can be kept in a more holistic form. But overall, I'm just so impressed with this company. I'm so impressed with the material that I've received, and also the videos and the tutorials that the company has put out. I just really wanted to share and share this resource and share this company because I believe that it's good to share and support each other. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. You will be seeing some of these materials in the makes that I post in the coming weeks, and hopefully I will be posting more art journaling related videos soon. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I know this is a little bit different than what I usually post on the page, but I hope that the content was valuable to you. Have a great week, and I will see you soon. Bye.